a comprehensive ban on advertisement, because we would want the youth not to be hoodwinked with misleading adverts of the tobacco industry. So a comprehensive ban on advertisement and restrictions on the distance between the placement of a selling point of a tobacco product and a school.
And because the bill seeks to roll back tobacco consumption and therefore the industry's performance, farmers feel that this is in every sense going to affect their livelihoods and indeed survival.
Farmers of Europe, we have gained much from tobacco, especially even if you are assessing the whole village of ours here, of Paris. We have got many motorcycles. Every year we gain from tobacco. We plant tobacco and we gain, except when you are not a hard-working man.
Relevant authorities are, however, quick to dismiss this assertion.
People talk about the money that is earned from tobacco, but that is telling half the story. The full story is that you are earning, say, 1 million shillings from tobacco, but how much money are you going to pay back at the industry? You have to pay more than half of that money to the industry for the loan that you received for the farm inputs.
Some observers actually assert that the dangers associated with tobacco activity far outweigh the benefits to the tobacco growing areas.
We know that stunting is taken as a standard indicator for malnutrition in this country. The national is at 33%, but you would get surprised in Kiriandongo, in the tobacco growing households. We are seeing it at 40.6 in the boys. And then we are seeing it at 35.5 in the girls, as compared to the non-tobacco growing households at 21%.
Even with such reality, the farmers remain attached to the notion that tobacco growing is a life-transforming activity for communities, even when experts are convinced that the overall earnings for the country are nothing to write home about.
When you look at how much we earn from tobacco as a country and how much we spend in treating the victims of tobacco, the cancers that result from tobacco, the chest infections, the other non-communicable diseases, heart problems, we find that we spend more money on treating cancers and other diseases that result from tobacco compared to the money we get. Actually, we remain in a net deficit.
A lot of effort has been placed on the tobacco control bill, with health and safety being emphasized as the motivator behind this. Questions of why the same efforts are not put to similar hazardous commodities like alcohol thereby abound.
Tobacco is no ordinary commodity. We are also drafting an alcohol control policy, which will have some of the areas are similar, others are not. Whereas tobacco has no safe dose, alcohol in very small quantities is not dangerous. So our aim for alcohol is to reduce harmful use of alcohol. We are not saying stop use. For tobacco, we are saying stop use of tobacco, because there is no safe level of tobacco.
Wansi wano tiwaliwo ekintu kyonna ekitaleeta bulwadde wadde wowulira lediyo abasoma nga boogera ku nnyama ereeta bulwadde, ebigundi biyimba bireeta bulwadde, buli kintu kyonna kireeta bulwadde, naye byataaba ngu ereeta bulwadde. Kati nze esaawa eno singa nfa siyinza kwogera ngu nyafudde nkyali muto.
The tobacco control bill has been marred with controversy, speculation, and has even been misunderstood. It's therefore important to note that the bill does not seek to put a total ban on tobacco growing or consumption, but only seeks to provide a legal framework for the regulation of the manufacture, promotion, sponsorship, and advertising of the same. Ingrid Nantege, NTV Business.
Thank you, Ingrid, for that enterprising piece about tobacco control. Now, at least 60 people and women and 31 boys have been seized in a suspected Boko Haram attack on 3 villages near Maiduguri. Suspected Boko Haram fighters have abducted 60 girls and women and 31 boys from villages in the northeastern Nigeria, according to witnesses and a vigilante commander. A vigilante commander in the town of Dombor has confirmed that 3 villages have been attacked by insurgents and a total of at least 90 people, most of them young people, around 60 females and at least 30 males abducted. Witnesses said at least 33 villagers were killed, as well as 6 vigilantes and about 24 Boko Haram fighters. On June 10th, suspected Boko Haram fighters reportedly kidnapped at least 20 women from a nomadic settlement in northeastern Nigeria. In a related development on Saturday, scores of Boko Haram fighters attacked 4 other villages close to Chibok in Borno State, near the Cameroon border, from where hundreds of girls were kidnapped in April. Witnesses said at least 33 villagers were killed, as well as 6 vigilantes and about 24 Boko Haram fighters. Almost 300 girls were snapped from Chibok on April 15th, while dozens of the girls managed to escape. 219 remain missing. And polling is underway in Libya to elect a new national parliament, despite much of the country being in the grip of the worst violence since the 2011 uprising. Polling stations opened at 6 a.m. today, with 1.5 million registered voters choosing from the 1,628 candidates contesting 200 seats in parliament. The vote in Libya's third legislative election since the declaration of liberation that ended the 2011 uprising against former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. The 200-seat House of Representatives will replace the General National Congress, which has become deadlocked in recent months in disputes between Islamist members and their opponents. FIFA has launched disciplinary proceedings against Luis Suarez after the striker appeared to bite Italy defender Giorgio Chiellini. Suarez played down claims that and said that he had no contact on Chiellini, nothing more. Meanwhile, Giorgio Samaras fired Greece into the last 16 for the first time in their history with a dramatic injury time penalty. Ivory Coast were on course to progress following Wilfred Bony's leveler before Samaras was bundled over in the area.
Uruguay's Luis Suarez faces a lengthy ban that would force him out to miss the rest of the World Cup if found guilty of biting Italy's Giorgio Chiellini. FIFA, football's governing body, has opened disciplinary proceedings against the striker following Uruguay's 1-0 group win yesterday. Chiellini claimed Suarez beat him on the left shoulder, but Suarez said the defender bumped into him. Suarez could be banned for up to 24 matches or 2 years. Mexican referee Marco Rodriguez took no action following the incident, but FIFA can still punish Suarez. Uruguay faced Colombia in the last 16 on Saturday after finishing second in Group D behind Costa Rica. Suarez and the Uruguayan Football Association have until Wednesday to respond to FIFA. Suarez's actions have already received widespread condemnation.
Might have had to act retroactively.
No. I know the FA have that capacity and that power. I don't know whether FIFA in a World Cup one-off every 4 years have that power to retrospectively ban someone from the tournament. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a straight red card sees a 3.
Greece qualified for the last 16 of the World Cup for the first time with a dramatic victory against Ivory Coast. Greece had taken a first-half lead when substitute Andreas Samaris scored after Cheick Tiote's defensive mistake. Ivory Coast had looked like advancing as Wilfred Bony equalized from Javinho's pass before the late twist.
Through, and now Bony! What a beautifully fashioned equaliser. The best movements Côte d'Ivoire have produced all afternoon.
Celtic's Giorgio Samaras converted a controversial injury time penalty to seal the win after he was adjudged to have been fouled by Giovanni Sio. Soon after the elimination from the tournament was confirmed, Ivory Coast coach Sabri Lamouchi resigned. Greece will face Costa Rica in the second round on Sunday, while the Ivorians have now gone out in the group phase in each of the last 3 World Cups.
Very sad to see. Indeed, one of the teams I predicted would make clear progress in the World Cup, Ivory Coast, being dumped by Giorgio Samaras, the man we last saw in the Premier League. But we're going now to Omumori, and Dakaba Chigongo is here to tell us what will be, draw us a picture of what is happening in the World Cup, all the drama, all the twists, and of course things that will be coming up on the show. Yes, Ismail, was that a penalty, first of all, that Giorgio Samaras took? And once again, do you think Suarez did what I called on my Twitter account, eating Giorgio Chiellini? Did he eat him? Is that guy, do they eat people? Is that a new tactic now for eating people up so you can win the game?
I'll start with the first one. First of all, I don't think it was a penalty, but I look at it in 3 ways. Was there contact? Yes, there was. Was it in the box? Yes, it was in the box. Was the contact enough to award a penalty? No, it wasn't. But I'll tell you, Malcolm, when we get to Omumori, that I don't feel sorry for Ivory Coast at all, because I think they should have won the game before that penalty. And then on the other hand, well, you call Luis Suarez a man-eater.
I think he ate him.
I want to call him. He only beat, he didn't eat. But on the other hand, sometimes when you do something the first time, we call it insane. When you do it a second time, we call it stupid. When you do it a third time, you're called mad. And Suarez is that close to madness, I think.
I don't think he's mad. I think he loves human flesh. But FIFA is set a 24-match ban in case he's found guilty of biting or eating Chiellini. And if he's banned, do you think this could be the end of his, rather fantastic career in football? Because even Liverpool will have issues with him. They have to say.
That would be quite a precedent because FIFA have never banned someone for that long. The last time they banned someone for such a long time was Marco Tassotti. Back in 1994, Tassotti was by then an Italian striker. Swung an elbow at Luis Enrique and broke Luis Enrique's nose. Luis Enrique was then playing for Spain in a World Cup quarterfinal between Italy and Spain and was banned for 8 matches. But the kind of thing that Luis Suarez did, and I think FIFA will be ruthless. English media is already ruthless. I think they're going to try to push him out of the Premier League. And I think it's only fair if he's banned for 24 matches. I think everyone will be a lot calm after he's banned for that long. If he's not banned for that long, I see a situation where he's going to be victimized, vilified in all kinds of ways. But Malcolm, I'm one person who believes that all geniuses have flaws.
So that is Ismail Dakach going with you from Studio B, where our sports experts are. They'll be taking you on in Omomori to tell you what's happening more in the world of sports and what chances that Africa is left with. That's it on Ntv at One. Stay tuned.
Ntv, turning on your world. Sometimes children have amazing ideas, but they can lead to tough stains. And for tough stains, there's new Omo Fast Action. Its super fast cleaning technology removes stains fast. New Omo, no one removes tough stains faster.
Kampala's best, the fresh and reloaded 933 KFM. Better information and the best music.
933 KFM.
Hey there, Mr. Krabs. Are you ready to party?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
Wow! Hello, fellow motor enthusiastics.
Oh, Mr. Krabs,
Isn't there any way for us to return all of them back to normal?
Hey! How'd he do that?
The Red Ranger.